Have to be honest, if things had gone differently this past week in Minneapolis, I might have traded in my heels for marching boots.
I wish to also acknowledge those precious lives lost to the violence of inequality, injustice, hatred, racism, and poverty.
Hi ho, and welcome to Sour Grapes, a segment that I rarely do. This is the time where I can vent a bit and talk about things that really piss me off. Let's talk about what pissed me off this week, and it's got to be the Oscars 2021. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. A couple of years back, I'd virtually given up on this Star Wars. As a kid, I loved Star Wars. I had all like the figures, the vehicles. I loved the packaging. I mean, I kept the boxes for ages because just looking at the box, it was all tangible. Of the design and that, and design of the ships. I mean, even now when I'm watching Star Wars, and some things I even notice now it's in HD and things are a bit sharper. And why? Just the design of it all. And that's how I find what has happened to the Oscars. They used to be so good, and then they've just become like a political platform. And this year's wasn't needed. We've had a pandemic, so somebody should have drawn the line and said, you know what, we're not doing the Oscars this year. No, there's no point. Because let's face it, all the films on that list, I only heard of one, and I like my films. And I used to work at a cinema, I used to work at Blockbusters, I used to work at the Odeon cinema chain, and I knew my films. And I consider myself a bit of a film expert, but these went, no idea. And I just think somebody should have said, you know what guys, let's leave it this year. Let's have a rethink how we can bring the audience back to the Oscars. What have we done wrong this last few years? Why are we having these declining figures? Because this year has had the worst figures ever at 9 million. I wonder why. I know why. It's not entertaining, that's why. The very first Oscars I watched on my own, I said, boom, go bed, go away. It was 1990, and it was Billy Crystal presenting the awards that year. So this 1990 show began straight away with, ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, Billy Crystal. And he comes out riding a horse like that. He's like that, doing the Dancing with Wolves. Everybody straight away is laughing, up on the feet. And he's quite a feat going on stage on an actual horse. And then the horse goes off and he gets his keyboard on. Beep, beep, beep. Straight away, there's the tone of the show. I was absolutely captivated with him doing it. And he did it for 3 years, on one after the other. And every year, it was just funny with him doing it. And he'd always begin the show and, hi everybody, tell a few political jokes. And he'd make jokes of all 5 films nominated, which you'd heard of. And he'd go like, I was going to sing a song tonight, but I'm not. And the audience would go, oh. You go, no, won't hear me going, yes.
It's a wonderful night for Oscar, Oscar, Oscar. Who will win?
The 5 nominees tonight are... Which works, and the best one I remember was Clint Eastwood on the front row because he was up for Unforgiven. And like Billy comes down to him, he sings Unforgiven, but he's meant to be singing Unforgettable. So he's coming down going, Unforgiven, that's what you are. You killed everybody because you are the star.
Come here, you big...
Come here, you. And he sits on his knee. And it was great. And that's what I loved. And then... unfortunately, other people did it years after, like, oh, bloody Letterman. That were bad. But if Billy was doing a show, I'd actually invite friends round, we'd have party food and make a night of it. And we had such a laugh. And every show Billy did, he always walked on when he said, and here's your host, Billy Crystal, to Harry Connick Jr.'s It Had To Be You, every time. And that was like his signature tune. And it worked, and it gave the show a personality. Now, whether he picked it himself, I don't know, but everybody had it in their head now. Every time we walked somewhere, Crystal, it had to be you, and everybody stand up and clapping. And that's what I miss. Now, Regina Hall walking in, falling over, Plymouth Rock, yeah! What? There's one bit in it that did make me laugh. Now, I was up all night tweeting, and I noticed Real James, hello. He was there, and he was at the one bit saying, "This, why is this here? This should be in the commercials." And it's a bit where, and I mentioned this on the last video, where I don't know the gentleman's name. It was an African American guy, comedian. He was funny. It made me laugh. And it did. The first minute, when we were doing it, I went, "This is bad. This is bad." However, live TV, a few much to drink, a swear word, it suddenly went from crap to brilliant. I went, actually, this is good. This is good. Because the show was so bad, and this thing was a kind of a nice idea, but should have been done during the commercial, like Real James said. But they were filming it, I think it was a bad idea because it went wrong. It suddenly become brilliant. That had a little bit of heart to it, and that's what's missing from all these Oscars. The humour, the fun. It's not fun anymore. It's too political. And these actors, and the majority, like what they're wearing, I will never make in a lifetime. And the actors that go in, those that are nominated, they get bags of like goodies. When I say goodies, like Rolex watches and all sorts in here. Why? Give them an apple or something, or a toothbrush or something, a cork to put up one of the orifices if they're desperate to go loo. Something like that. And then we come to the end of the ceremony when it was Best Actor. Wait, what? Hang on, Best Picture? Yeah, they swapped it round. And everybody's thinking, why are they swapping it round? Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Chadwick Boseman, he's up for Best Actor and he died last year. Oh, what a wonderful way of doing it. Oh, yes. The first black actor who's died to win an award. Perfect. What a way to end the show. And it's just ended an anticlimax by Joker coming on. And why not on a female actress? It should have been a past Best Actress, not a male. So somewhere were wrong there. So Joker comes out, whacking Phoenix. Oh yeah, the winner is Anthony Hopkins. End. And everybody loses the shit. And good on him, Anthony Hopkins, the next morning, because he's an old man and he was in Wales. There must have been a reason he couldn't get there. And it's probably health reasons. And he said, he's in his field and he looks beautiful as well. And he's like, sorry I can't be there. Thank you for letting me win. Can I just say, Chadwick Boseman, you know, he's honouring him. And I thought, good on you. So good on you for saying that. Good on you for doing a little video. A bit late today, right? But I mean, they should have at least had the video there. But again, it could have been an LL thing. I don't know. Because he said in the video, I didn't think I'd win this. It's just the way and when they went about it. If the Best Picture was last, yeah, there'd be a few people saying, "Why didn't Chadwick Boseman win?" There was still one of people mourning, but it wouldn't have been too much of a shock because it's in order. People are programmed for that who watch the Oscars. So, oh, he didn't win. Oh. So a few might have tweeted, that was that. And you would have accepted it. Because they swapped it around, you're now thinking, oh, I know where this is going. And the winner is Anthony Hopkins. What? Final nail in the coffin. And that's just one of the sad things about the Oscars that annoys me now. It's just a lot of backslapping and not entertaining. And to me, that's why the Oscars is dead. Clear! Boom! So how do we save and revive the Oscars? Well, there's going to be a lot of changes, and the first thing I'd do is get rid of anyone who's on the committee at the minute, the head people of the Academy. Get rid. Bring in new blood. And that's what you need. But not necessarily young people, maybe older people in the business have been around, especially those in comedy. Bring them in. Bring in some old-time writers, because I think you need a bit of a mixture. Out goes diversity, sod all this woke stuff, and all the awards are done fairly, then there really should be an issue. So what else can we do? Well, let's make the whole thing a variety show for starters. Let's have some entertaining bits, because they have to break up part of the show to do the sets, like they used to do when they used to have the big curtain thing come down. And that's what I think they should start doing. Bringing in people not necessarily Oscar related, could be TV, could be YouTube, and that's the thing you want to grab in the audience. You want to make them involved. I'd love, as a kid, I always wanted to go. I want to go to Hollywood. I mean, I still do. But I always wanted to go to the Oscars to see how it goes and see famous people. At the minute, I'm not that mindset. Like, no, I do not want to go. Too political. But if they make it all fun again, and like the actors that are going are earning that Oscar, they've got to make it a bloody game show if need be, where they've got to do certain things. They're not just there to come in a posh dress. If they go wear a posh dress, fine. If the designers that go give them for free, fine. But they've got to try and earn that Oscar by doing silly things. Like I said, make it a variety quiz show. Bring in people, other YouTubers, not necessarily me, but I'd be free if you want me. But the point is, bring in people from the outside. And then later on, instead of doing, like, let's go to Elton John's party, you make a point, none of this, instead of the money you would have spent for all these bags of Rolex watches, you do like soup kitchens for the homeless, and apparently there's a lot in Hollywood. You're feeding their neighbourhood. That's what you can do. Still do your parties, just sort of tone it down a bit. Because, yeah, there's nothing better party. I always remember, like, Jodie Foster being interviewed, and Nancy Hopkins with her, and she was like, is he here? And she was just absolutely made up that she'd won. And that's what I want to see now. Like, oh, I've won a trophy. Political views. No, let's have it entertaining. The audience needs to be entertained. And the people themselves, the actors up for award, they want to be on tenterhooks, and let's make it more, give them like trials to do or whatever. And they're going to laugh it off, like saying, well, you might not be nominated if you don't do this and this and this. You can even maybe have an app saying, who do you think's going to win? And little things like, we're live. Who do you want on next? Do you want John Travolta to wear knickers on his head? Vote now. People be watching. Oh yeah, Ali Berry with no trousers on. Christ, that's what you just need to do. Not just silly things like that. Invite people from the public to attend the Oscars and make it an holiday. You could win a trip to the Oscars and win a seat and see all the stars. I'd enter, definitely. Little things like that. Next year you could win. So people enticed now to sort of watch and then watch again for other little things. And then just make it bloody entertaining. I've gone on long enough. I've gone on longer than Cindy Posse. I know I've gone on long enough and I do apologise. But what do you think? Is the Oscars dead? Is it redeemable? It did have life in it. It did have a beating heart. I know Billy Crystal's a bit old for it now. But he still could come back. Even if it's like a smaller role. He is missed. And there is talent out there. There is funny people. And you need like a host of hosts. Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin were funny. Even Ellen DeGeneres, she had a moment doing, the selfie and that was quite iconic. But you just need it entertaining, and you need to bring in the audience. The Academy, I've just got it in for how they like it, who they want to see, what they want to hear. And no, you want to make it, if you're going to spend all that money, and you want the viewers, make it bloody interesting. But I think I've hit the nail on the head long enough. And I'm not guilty in this case, so I stand by that. I stand by my grapes. Nobody's crushing them tonight. So I'd like to thank the 3 people who stuck around to this minute for me to do my little rant. Thank you for watching. Look after yourself. Until next time, keep mooching the internet. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Oscar goes to Jennifer Lawrence. Celebrate Playbook.